This has been our story of the fashions of yesteryears, but no story is complete without romance. We are ending ours with a real-life love that lasted for 62 years. Lee Waldo Burns lived 5 miles east of New Berlin, and Mollie Wilcox lived 5 miles west of New Berlin. In spite of the lack of automobiles, these two met and fell in love. On September 30, 1914, Mollie wore this dress when she became Mrs. Lee Burns. It was made by Laura Kincaid. It is so fragile, we were unable to have it modeled or even pressed, but its beauty can be appreciated even so. Mollie wore these shoes as she walked down the stairs of the big farmhouse built by her grandfather. Her friend Kathleen Stice played the wedding march on the piano. Waiting for Mollie as she came down the stairs was Lee, wearing this three-piece suit which has survived the years, and it's modeled now by our own mayor, Don Moore. Mollie assures us he looked handsome. The ceremony was performed in the parlor by a Methodist minister, the Reverend Nathan Johnson. The couple stood in front of the fireplace to say their vows. Friends and neighbors filled the room to overflowing. In the living room, the wedding cake stood under a parasol hanging from the ceiling. That evening, a shivaree took place with the huge yard filled with men beating on pots and pans and making a terrible racket. At first, Mollie and Lee lived in New Berlin, but moved to Chatham and had a farm east of town. They lived happily ever after for 62 years.
Mollie Burns, we were just looking at your wedding dress and Lee's suit. And I looked over here. What were you feeling then? Reliving it?
No.
It was so lovely.
Well, of course, we had a lot of kids sitting down there, you know, and I kind of smiled. And our preacher, Reverend Johnson, said, first time he ever married anybody and then smiling.
And that was the first wedding he ever performed?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I should say not.
That dress, you know, I was thinking, it looks so elegant, and if you got a dress like that now, it would set you back a fortune. Did you make that?
Well, a lady in Springfield made it, Laura Kincaid. Yes, she made it. And we bought the material at Bressmer's.
Oh, you did?
John Bressmer's store.
Well, what was it made of?
Oh, I don't know. It was just pretty.
It was pretty.
Yes, it was.
Well, you were. You still are.
Not me.
What a neat thing, though. You notice how Donna's been strutting around in that suit all day? He thinks he is so cute in that.
Lee's suit, you see.
Yeah.
And I had a grandson. You remember Brian?
Yes, yeah.
Well, he wanted to take those pants and have them cleaned and for them. And I said, you are not. And so I put them back in the cedar chest.
Well, we're glad you did. It was a delightful thing to have shared with us.
Well, that was a happy time.
Oh, yes.